episode 3, and I'm here today with Marcellus. This is the podcast where we talk sports, video games, and just whatever is on our mind, man. It's Game Talk. So let's get right into
Sir,
it. So we're going to
sir.
start off our podcast today with the Ravens Bills game. We chose last week in our video. I chose the Ravens with the upset, was kind of disappointed there, and Mar stuck strong with his Bills pick. So, anything you want to say about the game? Start off.
It was a good game. Yeah, Bills came out on top, which play the game was interception by what's his name? I didn't even
Teron
get his name.
Johnson.
Uh, yeah, he got the interception at the end of the game, but it's really just sold the deal. I mean, Ravens don't have enough offense right now, and they do, but they don't at the same time. I mean, one Lamar Jackson's one injury away, and the whole Ravens organization is gone. Like they have no,
Agreed.
they have no backbone going for them. The Bills, they're looking really good. Stephon's looking really good, looking kind of unguardable, and you look around the defenses around the league. Let's be honest. I don't know if anyone can guard Stephon Diggs right now.
Yeah, he's looking like the premier route runner. Him and Devonte Adams, who also played this weekend, they were looking like probably the top two wide receivers in the league. I did wrote down that the Bills really stepped up on their run defense. Like the Ravens couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, they wanted to run the ball. Everybody knew they wanted to run the ball. Everybody knew the Bills was coming out here with a weak run defense, and they shut everybody up by shutting down Lamar Jackson, shutting down DK Dobbins, and really just adding a different perspective in the game now because they can't. They shut down the one thing that the Ravens wanted to do. That's exactly what the Ravens did with the Tennessee Titans. They shut down the run and they
Yeah.
won the game. And I'm a defensive guy, so defense
Yep,
games,
that's your
and
shit.
that's what happened. They shut down the run, and Lamar is just I don't know what's up with the kid. I mean, he's a really good kid, really good, talented kid, but that little injury he had at the end of the concussion didn't really help, and then I feel like he needs more of a unit because I feel like they're depending on him just a little bit too much.
Yeah, I gotta say that wide receiving core needs some work. Like Hollywood Brown, even I don't think he's the number one option. He's more of a slot receiver.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
One thing I wrote down: the Ravens' offensive line looked awful. Their center was like miscue on snaps. It looked like the Steelers game, that same kind of snap where he just threw it over the quarterback. It was looking bad.
Yeah, it's looking real bad, and maybe they come back next year with a more of a they kind of in need for wide receivers.
Yeah,
Definitely what they need to draft is some wide receivers. Defense looking good, man. I'm telling you, defense is looking good. I mean, they had troubles guarding Stephon Diggs. Maybe they can do with a better safety in the secondary. But honestly, just some wide receivers and maybe one or two more impactful defensive players.
yeah. To go back to the defense, I know you like Marlon Humphrey, and he actually played pretty good that game. They weren't really passing his way. It was mainly picking on Marcus Peters because Peters could not guard Diggs, as we said
Yeah,
earlier.
that was the matchup, and I had a feeling he was going to do that just because of who Stephon Diggs is. He's a shifty dude.
Oh
So you got
yeah,
to get someone who can keep up with that. But I definitely should have double teamed them and put some hands on them. I feel like they had some hands on them, slow them down. It would have turned out to be a lot better.
yeah. I noticed the middle linebackers were playing pretty well. It was just that secondary, like even the safety Deshaun Elliott, like they could not keep up with Diggs or who else? John Brown was playing pretty well, and Gabe Davis, as you pointed
Mm-hmm,
out.
yeah.
I think that's why you said the Bills would win this game because of that deep receiving core, and you called it. That was right.
When you have a good receiving core, I mean, if the defense is not top tier, you're going to win. You know what I'm saying? You're going to ball, you're going to do your thing. And when the quarterback like Josh Allen doing his thing,
Yeah.
let's give it up to him. I mean, he had a good game. Honestly, throwing to his best receiver, Stephon Diggs, and that's the run game was there for the Bills. It was there, and that's all they only needed like a little bit. They didn't need what the Ravens needed, and they depended on that. But when you're a Bills fan, you got Stephon Diggs now this season, who's really become or who is a game changer. I mean, been changing the whole game for the Bills the whole season. And I'm thinking, who they're playing, the Packers?
Oh no, they're gonna play the Chiefs in Kansas
Jeez,
City.
right. This game is going to determine how good Stephon Diggs is, because they're going to have some kind of two double covers on him, but they're going to go man. I see it right now. They're going to go man on Stephon, and that's when you got to take your chances. I feel like whoever is guarding Stephon Diggs cannot guard Stephon Diggs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Chiefs have kind of more rookies and like Charvarius Ward. He's kind of a veteran but they don't have like standout cornerbacks. I'm gonna more talk about this game was only 3-3 at halftime. Now I wouldn't worry about the Bills with this. This is mainly because the wind was just awful this game, so no downfield passes could really get completed, and no everyone was missing kicks.
Somebody missed a kick.
Yes, Justin Tucker missed two in a row actually.
Um, I'm not a kicker. I know how kicking can be. I did play soccer,
Yeah, we both
so
did.
so when it comes to a lot of wind, it changes the game for a kicker, and it's a big impactful thing. I mean, two field goals that he could have made, really could have gave the Ravens a chance. Even if they threw the interception, they still could have came out there and had another chance.
It would have
But
been
like,
9-10 if he had made those two kicks, probably at
but
halftime.
like I said, the Bills came out to play, and they played really well
Yeah,
all around.
let's just give props to that Bills defensive line stopping the run. No one was expecting this. That's why I chose the Ravens upset because I thought, oh, this is a really weak Bills D line. But no, they proved us wrong. Jerry Hughes is a veteran player who's been in the league for a while. He really stepped up this game.
Yeah, and I even saw it myself. I mean, these are smaller defensive linemen, and linebackers going against maybe the top five line in the league. I mean, they got a really good line
Yeah.
that's going all the way to the tight end. So, it was favorable for the Ravens, but
Yes, that's why
when
I
they
chose the upset mainly was because that run defense. It was just worrying me, and I think this Ravens O line was a little overrated now that we saw their struggles.
a lot, it was getting injuries.
Yeah, and their center was out. I know that.
So there's a lot of holes there. But yeah, it seems to be when you catch Lamar Jackson third and long,
Mhm.
and you catch him in mid decision, it's not going to turn well. I mean, the longer he holds the ball in his hands as a quarterback,
Yeah.
uh, is it going to be better for you on the defensive side of things because his balls ain't really the greatest. I mean, he's throwing picks to easy. He's throwing easy picks. I mean, he goes down the field and you see their little pattern: run the ball, throw it when they have to, and that's when I think that has to change for Lamar Jackson. He has to have a better receiving core and maybe a better coaching staff because I feel like they're trying to run a little too much. They have weapons, they're just not using them.
Yeah, you're kind of airing what a lot of people and Ravens fans have been saying. They're tired of this like gimmick offense, this like college style like read option run. When they know Lamar in what was it in Louisville, he was a pocket passer. Like I don't know where people got this. Just because he's fast, he can still pass downfield. But that wind in Buffalo was totally affecting him. He didn't have time with that no offensive lineman really, and
Yeah,
his receivers weren't catching it. So I feel like Lamar is gonna have a bounce back year. This dude's really young. He's gonna be 25 next season, and he could have another shot at the playoffs. Just they need a better team around him.
definitely. I'm just saying, Ravens have a chance just as anyone else has in the league. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Let's move on to the next game.
Yeah, so that is it for our Ravens topic. Now, we did end up watching this game together. the Browns versus the Chiefs. This game was a lot more exciting than we expected. Kind of our prediction was off, but we did choose the Chiefs to win. As everyone in America did probably, but it was more entertaining than that. We thought it'd be a blowout, but there's a lot of drama. So yeah, let's get into that.
Um, uh, no, there's a bunch of defensive players in the league right now that's really good. You see it right there. Okay, my boy, the Honey Badger, was going stupid for the Chiefs. I mean, when I
Yes,
say
yeah, he
he was
was.
all over the field, Tyrann Mathieu was all over the field to a point where he was making the Browns players mad. I mean, he was playing with some real aggression, almost fighting. Every play I'm seeing him fight, and
We saw
the
he
pick
almost
just
had
stood
that
out.
interception. It was dropped, but he was really close to grabbing that one.
And but then he have a pick.
I think so.
He
I'm
definitely
like,
had a
yeah,
pick. He definitely had a pick.
Baker Mayfield did throw a dumb pick in the third quarter. It may have been
Yeah.
intercepted by
So
him. I do remember him like fighting Higgins for a pick, and he almost got it. So it was almost two interceptions.
yeah, and bravos to Chiefs defense. A bunch of young people are out there and they're showing up.
Legarius Sneed is that rookie from Louisiana Monroe, their cornerback. He's been stepping up.
And the Chiefs overall just that's a team that you want to be on. They all stepping up, and there's big names all across the board. Let's not
Le'Veon
get it
Bell
twisted.
wanted to
Like
go there. I mean,
this is not just some team that's just good all of a sudden. They have names, they have big guys, and even when their guy go down, Patrick Mahomes, they got someone who can just do the same thing. I mean, he uses weapons, and you know
I mean,
he made the
Tyreek somewhere, Kelsey somewhere. I'll throw it to him.
they throw that pick, which he can't do next round
That was
playing against.
basically a punt.
You can't do that next round against
Yeah.
the and you
Oh, the Bills are gonna make you pay for that. Yeah, you
the Bills are
can't.
gonna make you pay for
Yeah.
that. I mean, they have a strong secondary, but if Patrick Mahomes can come out, and actually play and not get hurt, I feel like that's the biggest worry about the Chiefs fan. You don't want to see him hurt. I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan. I'm admitted he's a good
He's a
player.
bad
He's a good
actor, but
dude.
he's a great player. His commercials are
Respect him
eh.
a lot. And seeing him get hurt, it's crazy. I just don't want to think about that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely him as healthy as possible. But it's gonna be a game, this Bills game, because they've been through some tough games. I mean, they just played the Ravens and they showed out. So I mean, they got a good run game.
Which the
That's
Chiefs can't
impressive.
stop the run that well. And Devin Singletary played good last game.
Mm. So I don't know. I mean,
Well, here, let's talk more about the Browns Chiefs, like what happened in that game. What do you think of the fumble in the end zone? That's a big thing that's been talked about.
yeah, some of y'all are talking about the hit,
To
and
the head or whatever.
it,
Yeah, the
it
helmet to helmet bull.
um um that's how you tackle. Like that's
To,
that's textbook head on the football, and that's why you drop the ball. And you can't just because you're a Browns fan and all of a sudden that happened to you,
or
and
you
now
just
it's the
don't
other
like the
team's ball.
Chiefs or something.
You can't get mad about the rules. The rules are the rules. He fumbled it in the end zone. Come on, bro. You can't fumble it in the end zone. I know you're trying to stretch for it, but sometimes you just got to get close.
See, a
You know,
receiver like
just get close.
Hopkins or Julio could stretch out because they got the arm length to do that. Like Higgins, he's a shorter receiver. He should have known to just stay outside and let Chubb run it in.
Yeah, honestly, the running game started to show up a little bit
Yeah, in
towards
the
the.
third quarter, Chubb all of a sudden was just like getting 20 yards a pop. It was like, whoa, where did this come from?
It just wasn't enough. When you're playing against the Chiefs, when they're turned up, when you have Tyrann Mathieu turned up on that field, one little mistake, it's going to the other house. It's going the way that you just came from. Okay,
I'm gonna make sure
I'm
we have
telling you,
the interception right on that Browns versus Chiefs game. I'm gonna look that up real quick.
he definitely got big because I saw a little. He started walking. And they was like killing him, King. I saw that. Come on, I saw
Yeah,
that.
defense. Tyrann Mathieu had the pick, so you're right. He almost had two, basically. So he was the main reason Chiefs were winning that game.
Yeah, dude.
The Chiefs'
Yeah,
D line is kind of worrying though. They couldn't stop Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt. So that's why
yeah,
this Bills matchup is kind of good.
yeah. But I think they're gonna show up because I think their biggest worry is Stephon Diggs at this moment. I mean,
Oh
the Bills have a good
yeah.
run game. They got a good run game coming in, but it's not special. Like it's not. That's not what they're trying to do. Okay, you have to worry about this pass. You have to worry about this play action. You have to worry
Yeah, the
about
play
Stephon
action will be
Diggs.
big.
Um, they got a good receiving core, and when they play a good offensive type team, you see the Chiefs start to not play as well. Let's say Lamar Jackson last year in his prime, MVP, right? He was
Mhm.
doing his thing and he was lit, and you see how the Chiefs struggle. This year when they play the Ravens or Raiders, my fault. The Raiders have a really good offense
Oh, their
going. I mean,
offense is
they
really
had
good.
it was really good, and they were connecting on that day. That's why they lost. So if the Bills come out ready to play, and connect with everything, they can win this game. I mean, they have to play tough because this is gonna be a tough physical game. You know how these defenses gonna get down. They're gonna come out and hit. So whoever comes out ready to play and execute, they're gonna win the game. They're gonna
Oh,
win the
I
game.
would yeah, I would expect a pass heavy game plan against the Chiefs. That's just what the Bills are known for at this point in the season. They've been passing it, airing it out a lot. Anything else from the
Yeah.
game we want to talk about? What do you think of that Kansas City backup hitting that like run? It said he got like super fast on the next gen stats. Like he was actually running really hard.
Yeah, like I said, he did what Mahomes did, and he dropped back, made everyone get out the way, and
Everyone worried
he
about Tyreek, Kelsey.
yeah,
They're
and
so worried.
he ran and picked up the first down. I mean, he's an old dude, he's been in the league for like 13 years,
Something like
and
that.
he's out there running like he just got drafted. So, honestly, Chiefs have a chance to get to the Super Bowl. This game, Bills or Chiefs, whoever win this game, whoever makes it to the Super Bowl from this game will be the Super Bowl champs. I'm telling you right now,
Yeah,
because
it feels like this Super Bowl runs through the AFC right now.
does and Packers are good.
But that
Packers
deep
are good.
Packers don't have a defense. And I was talking to Stefan about that if you watched the episode. He was really worried about having to play Tom Brady.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna pick them apart. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, but the Bucs have the strong defense behind them, and they have even a stronger offense in front of them. So putting them, those two things together, the Bucs have a really good team, and the Packers. I mean, they got good players, but they don't have enough defense to keep up. I mean, once this offense gets up 14 points, you might as well give it. You might as well give it a break because you're not getting back up with Tom Brady unless he lets you. You know.
All right, so good segue into that. Let's talk about the Bucks versus Saints. This was the two oldest quarterbacks in the league facing off. It was a game we kind of watched. We mainly watched the first half because the second half was kind of so. But to begin, it was kind of a slow start for both teams. There was a lot of red zone miscues, and it was like 3 field goals, I think. But a big pick by player I talked about in my Bucks video, Sean Murphy Bunting. He picked off Drew Brees pretty early, and he also, him and Carlton Davis held Michael Thomas to 0 catches and 0 touchdowns.
Um. Uh. I don't know. Who said Michael Thomas is the best wide receiver in the league? It's obviously Stephon Diggs now or Tyreek Hill. but definitely ain't sure no damn Mike Thomas.
Mm-mm.
Mike Thomas can go home and cry about it until they change his rating on Madden because he's not a 99 overall. And he played against an okay Bucs defense. Okay, if he would have made it past that round, I mean, he wasn't going to do anything else. I mean, they were depending on Drew Brees to make some kind of miracle, and it was clear that was his last game. But all respect to Drew Brees. I mean, all respect to Drew Brees,
Yeah,
but
we've played
it
him
was
for
clear
so
as day.
long.
Yeah, it's clear as day that was his last game. He told Jameis Winston, "This is your team now." And honestly, I feel like Jameis Winston picked up a lot of good knowledge from Drew Brees. I feel like it could have went different if they had the young boy in there. What's his name?
Oh, Taysom, we love Taysom.
They would have had a better chance with that, you know. But now that the Saints got Jameis Winston, I feel like they have a good, okay future at least.
Yeah, the main problem with the Saints is just that their cap is just awful, and they're not going to be able to sign anyone for a long time, up to 3 years probably. They're like in the 90 millions in the negative cap. It's kind of bad. But if Drew Brees retires too, they'll just get a massive hit. But yeah, you're right. Mike Thomas, I don't know. He's gonna need to have to just have it come into character. He's talked a lot on social media. I even talked about him being my top five most disappointing player. One of my first YouTube videos, where he was fighting teammates in practice and then shows up to a playoff game and puts up a big old zero. Like, really, Mike?
Yeah, it's clear as day that he is all talk. I can name a bunch of receivers that's just way better than him.
Yeah, we've
And
got three already with Diggs, Tyreek Hill, and Devontae Adams. I can already say that.
he wasn't even playing one of the top defenses.
Yeah, that's
You
why you chose the Saints to win. I think you weren't really picking this Bucs defense. You're like, I don't really trust them.
I thought Michael Thomas was gonna have a lot better day than he did. At least a catch. Come on, dude.
I
So
know.
it was disappointing. A disappointed loss. And again, it was clear as day that this was Drew Brees' last game.
Yeah, that's what I have on our halftime notes. I said Drew Brees falling apart, throws two picks in the second half, and Brady showed he's not really affected by this age at all. He's ready to go to Green Bay and play next weekend.
I mean, let's look at it like this. He got to Tampa, excited to play, and knew that he was going to be in this position. He knew that he was going to make it to the playoffs with this kind of team, and he knew that if he lose, they was going to talk shit about him. You know, it's all respect for Drew Brees as he's retiring, but it's not like Tom Brady was retiring this year.
Mm-mm.
So
No, he had no
he's
plans of
definitely
retiring.
he's definitely here to he's in Tampa win a Super Bowl. He wants another ring, and he's on a good pace for that. Honestly,
Yeah, and the main thing now that we can talk about the Bucks more with the Saints kind of downfall there. I was talking to Stefan, if you saw in my video, and he was really worried about having to play the Bucks because he thinks that Tom Brady knows how to play in the snow already, and they've got three wide receivers that you can't really guard on any given day.
yeah, it's hard to guard this Bucks team, man. First of all, run game is it's a factor. Okay, um, they have they can mix it up in different ways, and they truly have two power backs. But Leonard Fournette is the more receiving back, so I'm seeing him in space. He's dangerous. He wants to make a play. See AB, he's dangerous. He wants to make a play. You see Mike Evans, he's dangerous. He wants to make a play. Godwin, he's dangerous. Like you see what I'm saying here. Like there's a bunch of dangerous people.
Gronkowski.
Oh, I forgot about him. Like his old teammate. The connection's still there. You see it, and honestly, when that team becomes like complete, I mean, it's a lot of super teams in the NFL currently, but I think the Chiefs and the Bucks are just one of them.
Yeah,
honestly.
as Falcons fans, like coming in the season, we knew we'd play Brady week 17 and week 14, I think it was. So when the media was quick to jump on the Bucs aren't even going to make the playoffs, they have no chemistry, like I was worried. I'm like, we got to play this team late in the season. They're going to beat the brakes off of us.
And late in the season, early in the season, it was more of a building process. Like let's figure out what we good at.
And they didn't have
Now
AB back then either.
exactly. Now things are together. Things are connected. They have a new branch of receiving core. AB coming in there. He's a whole problem by himself. His wheels, his speed it didn't go nowhere. Okay, his strength didn't go nowhere. His hands didn't go nowhere. He's still that AB we saw on the Saints that excuse me, on the Steelers that
He did
won
he
a Super
did try to join the Saints, so I see why you said that. He
It
interviewed
is
for
right.
the Saints.
Yeah, man. A hungry team, and they have a really good chance, especially against Aaron Rodgers, who's also kind of old, who's paid good. He's paid really, really good, but I don't think he's gonna be able to play enough, especially with this. I see it now. They're going to double team um Devontae Adams,
Ooh.
and he's not gonna show up. I mean, he's gonna be double teamed the whole night. His receiving core is and just, if the Packs, Green Bay Packers, whatever you want to call them, the Cheeseheads, if they win the game, I
It'll be
will.
because Tom Brady didn't play well. That would be my assumption.
If the Cheeseheads win this game, I would shave my dreads off. Okay, because I'm pretty certain that this one's going to the Bucs.
All right, well, that's a good segue into it. So I'm gonna first we'll do our picks for the games next week with the Bucks Packers. I want to stick with the Bucks here. I don't like doubt playoff Tom, and the way Stefan was talking to me after that Packers game where he was like, "Bro, I hope we face the Saints, dude. I just hope so because we're gonna kill Drew Brees in the cold, and I don't want to play Tom Brady. He knows how to play in the snow and in big moments." So yeah, coming from a Packers fan, I was interviewing. He seemed worried about the Buccaneers matchup, and I feel bad for the Packers too. They didn't. I don't think they wanted to play this Bucks team.
Nah, not a chance. And now that they do have to play them, shoot, we'll see how good they can compete. I just can't see them winning. It's gonna take a lot of effort from both sides of the ball to keep up with this team. They just good all around. So definitely a Super Bowl contender right there.
Yeah, the thing with Tom Brady is I really don't think home field advantage affects him. So even though there's fans there and it's probably going to be snowing, that he's used to that. This is what he's done all his
Uh,
career.
and if it looks like any, other game that the Packers have, it looks like they're just gonna run all over them. I mean,
That's where our Packers
they
worries come in because we noticed they do seem to stall a lot in the third quarter where they just won't put up any points for some reason.
yeah, and the Bucks have been earlier this season they wasn't so consistent, but now they've gotten so many weapons connected to Tom Brady that every drive they can really score.
Well, let's shift it because I know you like to talk about this. The defensive side for the Bucks, I think, matches up really well against this Packers team because the corners played really well last week. So if you have a double team with Murphy Bunting and maybe you move like the safety down, or you have Jamel Dean also double teaming Devontae Adams, but you have that D line
Mm.
that can stop Aaron Jones in this run game.
D line's gonna be the factor. I mean, they're gonna get to the quarterback.
They were able
I'm
to get to
certain of
Drew
it. They
Brees,
have
and the Saints have a really good offensive line.
and that pressure will lead into an interception, something like that, turnover, something, because they've been getting to the backfield a lot lately. This Bucks defense is really underrated when you look at the numbers. During the season, they weren't really nothing. But now they have definitely stepped up and kept up with their offensive weapons, their offensive power. They're they're doing a pretty good job at holding their name as the defense and stopping teams. And they played a foo offense. It
Hmm.
showed out. Corners played really well. And to win this game, you got to stop the run and guard Devontae Adams, man. That's how you win this game.
Yeah, if you just I have no worries of them really stopping this run defense. Like their run, Jason Pierre-Paul, he's really good. He got a pressure. Shaq Barrett got a ton of pressures last week. Just big names on the D line, and yeah, they'll probably shut down Adams. Out of this team, the coaching has just looked better. The chemistry, the defense is picking up assignments. Like people are leaving like assignments for each other, and they're actually picking them up. Like there's aren't blown coverages. It's good to watch.
Yeah, playing really good defense. I'm looking all over the field, seeing the safeties talk to their corners, and yeah, I'm certain that this Tampa team can come out with a victory. But
Watch for your
yeah,
player
that's all
Devin
I
White, LSU boy. He played good last week, and he should continue. He just came off injury.
Yeah, this little matchup he has with whoever this running back is on the
Aaron Jones
Packers,
or Jamal
uh,
Williams,
it
yeah.
it doesn't matter. They have a strong box. This Bucks team, and they're gonna have to make some plays. The Packers, they're gonna have to make some plays in the air to really keep up. Honestly,
Oh, totally. I agree with your take. So we're both gonna pick the Buccaneers to win this game on the road in an upset. I don't consider it an upset because I think Brady has the better team right now.
better team.
It's just the matchup. So moving on, we will talk about the Bills versus Chiefs, and I have a feeling we're gonna choose the same team here. So, anything you want to talk about in particular with this matchup?
Um, let's just see how good they line up against Stephon Diggs. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I
He's gonna
feel
be a
like
big factor.
yeah, but they got some ballers on this defense that the Chiefs have been kind of underrated with their defense. I feel like just because they let a couple runs through here and there, uh, uh, they're not a bad defense, and
They're
the
well
fact
coached,
that
first
they have
off.
extremely well coached, eye discipline and everything, and they have you know boy the Honey Badger
Your favorite.
all over the field. I already see it. He's going to be playing over the top of Stephon Diggs with the corner covering him in man. And, definitely going to have to mix it up, though. They can't run man all the time because, well, they have other receivers. And
The
it,
Chiefs aren't good
it,
at man either.
so it's not something that I would particularly run, but it's just important that everyone is covering their zone because, the Bucks have been slants, ins and outs. I mean, that's their thing. So I feel like if they can get to the quarterback, yeah. What you
Yeah,
think?
well
What you
the
think?
Bills. Yeah, I'm just picking the Bills to win, honestly, because there's a lot of deep receivers here, and this defense proved me wrong, and I think this defense can really stop the Chiefs here. Tre'Davious White on Tyreek Hill is going to be a great matchup. Those two are really fast. I think Trey White is someone who could keep up with him. And we saw Teron Johnson is extremely fast after that pick six. That man took off.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out here who's fast and quick,
And
and
that's what you need to stop the
like I
Chiefs.
said, yeah. I have the Bills all the way in this one. Honestly, just because of how they've been playing through the season to this point. The Chiefs have been they have their moments,
They've
but
been keeping teams
when
in
the
the
show,
game. That's my main worry with the Chiefs.
yeah, and I don't know, it's gonna be a really good game because you have to see everything for what it is, and I see a very unstable Patrick Mahomes who can go down on any hit, and they like to run him. They like to run routes out of him, and they like to do these trick plays and get the ball in his hands. Or it might be a third and long, and he needs to get that first down. He's gonna use his legs. He's gonna act like he's gonna throw it, but he's never gonna throw it. He's gonna run. Okay, so that hit that he took, where he kind of, I think it's just a sign of what's to come if he keeps taking these hits. It's the same thing with Lamar Jackson. He caught a concussion.
They
Patrick
both
Mahomes caught a
did, yeah.
concussion. So it's clear as day that they have to make sure that their air game is on point.
I hear you messing with something. What are you messing with?
Just my little table, man. Just my
Oh.
little table.
No, so what I think here really is that the Bills proved me wrong and that they can stop a running quarterback. And I really didn't think they could. And now Mahomes isn't even going to run. So they're not even going to worry about this. They're going to be ready for pass.
Yeah,
And they know they can stop the run because they just shut the Ravens down. This team's confident as all get out.
yeah, but the Ravens aren't Tyreek Hill in them. I mean, these are some bad boys. Kelsey has been balling. Okay, like, we all see it. We all see it, and you have to play good football all around to stop this team. They're fast, and you can see it, but I don't think they're gonna get there as quick enough. They're a really fast team, and they just played the Browns, who was trying to keep up, but it just goes to the Chiefs every time. And Patrick Mahomes, again, this is on him. I mean, I don't see this backup quarterback keeping the Chiefs in for 4 quarters. I just don't.
Not
Especially
at
that pick
all.
he threw. Nah. So yeah, we're just gonna see how they come out. I don't know how the Bills are gonna do against this run game. Excuse me. But this run game's a little bit different. Chiefs have about like 4 or 5 running backs really in
Who are
rotation,
all really decent.
really decent. They might put Tyreek Hill at in the back
Do that
and
end
rest him
around they
outside.
like.
Yeah, so and they love throwing trick plays in. So it's a lot of things that they can do. That just makes this team so scary because you see one thing, but the plays go on the opposite side, and that's where they catch you. So me personally, giving it to the Bills because I do have the Bills all the way with this one
Mm-hmm.
to the Super Bowl. That's just my little deep inside little thing I got going on with this year, especially with Stephon Diggs playing Warzone with his quarterback, getting that connection that they needed during the summer to this point now. It's really been a factor, honestly.
Dude, I hope we don't run into them in duos. They would dust us.
I heard they're pretty trash because Josh Allen be going down a lot.
Oh, okay, okay. We probably smoke them. If y'all know, I have post Warzone highlights on my second channel. I'll plug that in the description. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm really choosing the Bills here because I just think their offense is gonna outlast KC's offense, which for some reason just isn't this extremely explosive offense that we thought it would be. Like they kept the Browns in the game, and throughout the season they've kept teams in the games. Like even our Atlanta Falcons is a big example of if the Chiefs show up like that, they're losing to the Bills. If they show up like they did to the Browns, they'll probably lose to the Bills too.
I mean, definitely. I feel like the Bills coming out with just a little more
Swagger,
under.
bro. They got the
Yeah,
swagger.
definitely coming out with a little underdog with them. And we're America, we love a good underdog story. So, if the Chiefs do not step up, if they're taking the Bills as a joke, I need them to wake up right now because this Bill team is no joke. I see them winning a Super Bowl this year and maybe next year.
Yeah, this team's built for the future too. Just they have a lot of young assets, and they literally just got Diggs last year, and he's looking to stay with the team for a while. And they have rookie wideouts who are good. Their defense is veterans who've stayed with them for a while, like Matt Milano, a linebacker, is really good. Then they got Teron Johnson, who was a late pick in like the third round, I think. Great cornerback, played last week, and Trey White, just a great defender. I think they match up well against the Chiefs, and it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Totally, I agree with you. Yeah, it's just see who comes out and want to play some football.
So yeah, that is about going to wrap it up for this episode, episode 3 of Game Talk. It was a pretty good episode today.
Sure.
We got about 40 minutes in.
Yeah. I see y'all in the comments, and I'm here to stay. I seen y'all been requesting your boy as your co-host, so I'm here to stay for all the videos, future videos, all that. Make sure y'all go check out my boy TJ Warzone, funny clips, funny moments, all that. He's gonna be posting a lot more, especially this off season. Be excited to see all that, and yeah, we get dubs. Don't worry
Yes,
about
we
that.
we do. Trust me, I have plenty of clips recorded of us winning. I know you guys like Warzone content. It's all over YouTube. It gets suggested to me constantly. And one more thing I'm gonna plug before we go real quick. I'm going to record an NBA podcast with my friend Lex. You won't see Marcellus over there because I'll let him explain.
Oh, I like football. Like I don't watch on that basketball. If y'all want me to be the special guest, I might tune in for a little Hawks chat. I do watch the Hawks a little bit. I see LeBron and the Lakers, but I'm not really an NBA fan. You won't catch me watching no basketball, college ball, high school ball, none of that shit, bruh.
Mm-mm.
It's only football over here, and yeah,
Yeah, so if y'all have
good.
any questions or concerns basketball wise, just hit me or Lex up. I'll make sure to plug Lex soon when he gets on the podcast. He's a great guy to talk to. You'll enjoy him. I do want to get Mar on with Lex one time. I feel like they'd be pretty good. They've met before, and we could just talk football one time. I know Lex is a big football fan too.
Totally, we can maybe sit down and have a nice brew and talk about some football.
Yeah, why not? And yeah, that's about it for the Game Talk podcast. Just want to thank you all for tuning in. This is like probably our longest podcast to date. We're still getting used to, working in topics and like trying to figure out how long we can talk without cutting each other off. We're just getting the basics down, but we're enjoying it while we do it. It's fun.
Uh, um, and let us know what different things we can do with the podcast. If y'all want to see more edits with the podcast, just let us know. We can, you know, put anything together y'all want. So just drop it in the comments.
But make sure to check out that Warzone channel. I'm telling you, we're going to be having fun over there.
Oh God, hey, it be lit on Warzone now. Y'all know how I get down. Yeah, hey, it get lit over there on that side. Trust me.
All right, and that'll end the podcast. Cleat.